Hello, Leo. Welcome to Dumela Universe. We are the last three. Thank you so much for joining us. This is for the Sun, Moon, and Rising sign of Leo. And Leo, this is a special reading from Source. Source is bringing in a beautiful change, a good change, a positive manifestation, a positive blessing within 60 days of you receiving this reading, of you being inspired to have a look at this reading. Yes, in 60 days from viewing this, a positive change, a positive manifestation, a beautiful breakthrough. And yes, 60 days might seem like a long time, but this is because this is a slow-moving manifestation, a slow-moving healing, a slow-moving integration, because what's coming in is meant to be stable, is meant to be long-lasting, is meant to be a divine soul evolution where you are now, basically, this is you now after 60 days. It's a huge change in your foundation and your frequency. It's meant to be long-lasting, so it takes a bit of time to come into being. So beautiful Leo, let's see what's coming through for you in the next 60 days. Immediately, we love this. Angel, ooh, okay. Okay, fascinating. Very different read from the rest. Divine abundance, lovely. Ooh, okay, wow, Leo. So in these 60 days, you might find yourself in a bit of a cocoon, but a different cocoon this time. You're going to find yourself wrapped up in angelic frequencies. And it's not only the angels that are going to be with you. However, what they're saying, it's very high frequency energies. So you are almost going to be a spirit for 60 days. For 60 days, you're going to feel yourself in spirit form. Number 2 is the high priestess in tarot. So the shadow spirit. So you can imagine in the next 60 days, you are going to literally become the embodiment of spirit. And it's for purpose. When you are now cocooned within spirit and you become the frequency of spirit, what's happening? Spirit being free, spirit being formless, spirit being source, spirit being divine, spirit being expansive, spirit being everything, undefined, limitless, unconditional, love, spirit being this free, powerful frequency, and you becoming this energy, you will have no choice but to see where in the physical you hold yourself back, where in the physical you deny yourself the same energy, the same embodiment, the same frequency of spirit. So in these 60 days, you are going to really have quite a proper look at who and what you are, Leo. And it's not for judgment, it's not for criticism, it's not for you to feel bad about yourself or to punish or blame yourself. It's for you to see exactly where you limit yourself, stop yourself from experiencing as much abundance in the physical, in all forms, as the abundance within the spirit world in all forms. It's like, imagine a huge cleanse, a huge flushing out, a detoxification of the conditioning and the programming by you being overloaded with spirit. It's like you're being dipped into a pool of spirit, and because you're completely surrounded within and within spirit, you're becoming spirit yourself. You're going to become a spirit being in the physical realm. The contrast of spirit and physical is so sharp that you can't help but see. But why is it so sharp? If source is physical, if source is spirit, then surely there should be a fluidity. And at first it's going to be a sharp contrast, but as you keep going through the 60 days and you release all that which denies you the limitless nature of source in the physical, it's going to stop being so sharp and you're going to start being one. Wow. So you can imagine you are now in this physical form, then you're having this spiritual overload and you're becoming spirit itself. And as spirit itself in this physical, you are seeing the jagged difference of the physical and spirit. And over the 60-day period, you start releasing that which is causing this difference. And then the physical and the spirit become one within source. And in that powerful space, Leo, you no longer hold back. You no longer hold back on your magic. You're no longer trying to please people. You're no longer trying to impress people. You're no longer trying to make people comfortable. You're no longer dimming your light in order to fit into some sort of approved role, approved way of being, approved frequency. And no matter who it is, even if it's a very conservative family, you don't care. You're shining your truth. Even if it's a place, maybe you can imagine you're in this family and maybe you are the firstborn, and you have there's an idea of firstborn males, firstborn women, or non-binary, however you identify, but you're firstborn, and as a firstborn, you are meant to do this and this and this. You're meant to be this way, and people have an expectation of you, and you are afraid that if you now become the truth of you and tap into your true spiritual being or your true creative being or your true nature, it's so varied. Some of you, it has to do with gender identity, sexuality, with tradition, with religion, whatever it might be, even just embodying your spiritual self, whatever it might be. Because you fear losing your family, you fear losing your inheritance, you fear losing your trust fund, you fear losing the marriage, your children, whatever it might be, it's gone. You are just, I am one of source, this is who I am, and everybody just needs to deal with it. And in that power, it's not an arrogance, it's not a nastiness. You're just simply saying, I'm claiming me, I'm a lion. Just in case you all forgot, lion energy here, and I'm no longer sifting and changing myself to please all of you. I'm a lion, I'm a lioness. Let's remember my power. Thank you. I'm the sun. I am the sun. Thank you very much. So Leo, you're really coming into this understanding that, oh, wait a minute. Why am I not being as powerful in the physical as I feel my soul is? And you're allowing both to become one. And in that place, you're unstoppable. In that space, you've come into your divine abundance. You were born to align with love's will. We love this. Follow the Tao and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. And that's what's happening. You're understanding my spirit is abundance. I will be abundance. The physical will be abundance. I don't need to chase it. I don't need to be something for the abundance. My source is love. I will be love. I don't need to chase love. I don't need to be something to be love. I simply am love. So you're really tapping into your fullest, highest frequency of you. Ooh, Leo, this is a powerful transformation. Powerful transformation. And Leo, we have been through during our spiritual journey, and it's not to say you're now going to have a spiritual journey. No, all of you are going to have a very different result, a very different outcome, because you're all on very unique paths. However, we have had this. It was part of our integration. We actually had this for 3 years, not 60 days. And all we can advise is that you release and allow and accept, because it is quite a jarring experience when you are the embodiment of spirit. And when you say spirit, we're not really saying source, we're saying the shadow frequency. When you become the divine feminine, when you are the dark, when you are the shadow, when you are spirit form, when you're no longer physical form, when you become spirit form. Even though you have a physical body, you can feel yourself being very much spirit. It's quite jarring because you start seeing, but why is the world so weird? Why is this physical reality so limiting? And some of you are already beginning to really feel that strongly. But through this reading, you're really going to feel it even more because those light codes are ready for you. Those of you who are attracted to this, this is what you wanted. You wanted to begin this journey, and this is assisting you to do this. And in that space, release judgment of others of how they be. Release judgment of the physical realm. You are just having an observation of how you deny the physical being source, because remember, everything takes the shape of you. So the harshness you see is simply where you have placed yourself, and it's important for you to remember that. The harshness you experience, the discord energies, is basically where you have been focusing on because you have been attracting it. And as you release everything that's restricting you, the thought processes, the mind processes, the habits, the hobbies, the ways of being, the expressions that limit the physical from being as fluid as spirit, as you release it, your experiencing of life starts being less harsh and less intense and a lot more fluid, a lot more at peace, a lot more at calm, a lot more at tranquility. And then when that energy releases, when spirit releases, because now you're here as a physical being. So when you become physical again, it might feel a little bit interesting because you're going to have a lot of guidance in 60 days. And it's almost going to feel like your free will is gone. And it's not that. It's just that your spirit being is going to lead the way. And so things that you are used to just doing, spirit might say, no, your spirit self, because it's your spirit self, it's your shadow self, might say, no, don't do that anymore. No, stop doing that. No, stop seeing that person. No, stop doing that. And you're going to feel, but why? It's what I enjoy. It's what I love doing. And your spirit body will say, no, it's what you think you enjoy doing because of your conditioning. It's what you've been taught you enjoy doing. We're showing you what you really do enjoy. We're showing you how you really do enjoy spending time in your own energy. So you might feel very much restricted, but it's not a restriction. You are spirit. You're coming the embodiment of spirit in the next 60 days. And so it's almost like a very, there's a specific path that you'll be walking. Honor this path. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. It's literally, imagine you entering a home and somebody giving you a view, the best view of how you could utilize this home. And you might say, ooh, but I want to go there. And so saying, no, you want to go there because people told you to go there. Don't go there. Go here instead. So just follow the path and the guidance you're shown. You're going to quite enjoy it because you're going to start really seeing how beautiful, how abundant, how rich, and how fantastic your life can be. And then what's going to happen, that spirit frequency is going to be released from you after the 60 days, and you're going to be quite physical again, and that guidance is going to go. And that's a bit tricky because you're so used to having such clarity and just being almost guided. And it's then, now that you have integrated physical and spirit again, you can simply now trust yourself and just be again. Because there's nothing wrong with how you be, Leo. It's just that the energy that you are co-creating on, and currently source is saying, is not quite your frequency. It's not quite fine-tuned to you, and it's causing you lack. It's causing you to not be in your most abundant frequency. And so spirit is coming in full form, the shadow, the divine feminine frequency, and you're going to become the shadow, the spirit frequency. In order for you to raise your frequency, your vibration, or your canvas, to raise your canvas into the highest frequency of you. And then when that's done, you're going to be physical again, but on this new frequency. And then you can just now finally create as you've been creating, but now things are going to start working out for you, because now after that 60-day almost boot camp, spirit boot camp, you're going to be very much aware of how you were denying yourself everything you could be because of the experiences you will be receiving in that 60-day spirit cocoon. Okay. Very interesting. you're going to have a lot of guides with you. Okay, just be prepared to have a lot of guidance and a lot of, you're going to feel a no like never before. If something doesn't feel right, it's going to be such a strong no. You might be a bit shocked. If something feels good, it's going to feel quite good. It's going to be like, that's definitely something to do, even if it's something that you would have never done in a million years. So you are really, it's going to be quite a fun experience for you. And just go with the flow. That is the only advice we can give you, is to really just trust what you're being led to and how you're being guided. They're not trying to restrict you. Your spirit self isn't trying to limit you. They're not taking away your free will. They're just allowing you to understand what you thought was free will was actually conditioning, and they're actually liberating you to the fullest free will that you can. Because we're at this time, Velastri, us, we have now come back into the physical form. That spirit stage is gone. And now we are just, then we no longer have that strict guidance. We're now just simply flowing. And this is definitely free will, because we understand how our free will was very much conditioned before that experience. And now it's like, okay, so actually this is how it feels to do what you actually just want to do without having anything in the external determine it for you. So it's a powerful healing of free will in order to align you to your divine abundance. Awakening free will within you. Okay. 10 of Wands. Yes, you see, the burden of others, the restriction of others. This is what you're going to be seeing as you're in that cocoon stage. You're going to really be seeing how external experiences, people, your own ways, your own habits, your own expressions have been keeping you limited and almost entrapped by the external, by the physical. So you're really going to be aware of the 10 of Wands, which the source is saying for the most part you're not aware of it. You think that you're quite free, but actually you're not free at all. And it's time for you to see exactly how you are not free in order for you to allow yourself that freedom once more. And it brings you such a peace and a healing. This is where you're expanding to, a peace. You see the flower fully opening now, not hidden behind bars, but you fully opening, and a peace and a healing and a tranquility. And you're so protected. You can see these swords around you, wrapped around you. They're not stabbing through you, they're wrapped around you. You are so protected in this phase, because Source is saying you're going to be really experiencing quite a lot of changes, a lot of emotional body exchanges, mental body and physical body changes. It might feel a bit overwhelming, but know that you are protected and you are safe. You are simply, it's as if Source is saying it's time for you to flower open, for you to bloom open, complete, full within the truth of you. And as you do that, we're clearing the energy around you for you to do this, and you're protected all the way through this experience. Just go with the flow and be at ease. Be gentle with yourself. Because yes, new beginning here. It's time for a new expansion. It's time for a new way of you experiencing life. And this is it. You see that frequency of the 10 of Wands. Source is saying there's nothing wrong with what you're doing, but you're still doing it in the frequency of the 10 of Wands. And now it's time for us to shift it to a new frequency of the Queen of Coins, where now you are receiving that which is actually honoring you, the highest frequency of you. And it's born of ease, because here the Queen of Coins mirrors the Four of Swords. It's born at ease. When you're at ease with who you are, you're not fighting who you are. You're allowing yourself to open up, to blossom fully in the truth of you. You're finally now embodying the Queen of Coins energy. And this is not the gender energies. This is the receptive energy, the shadow. This is you being spirit form. But now spirit with the pentacles in the physical, you're allowing yourself the worth, the value, the limitlessness of the spirit realm in the physical realm. So now you're receiving the divine abundance of spirit in the physical. So now your physical is as abundant, as worthy, as rich, as beautiful, as powerful, and as enjoyable, and as fluid and unconditional as the spirit realm, as your spiritual body. The light becomes one with the shadow, and the light becomes as free, as limitless, as unknown, as abundant, as magical as the shadow. A beautiful healing you are receiving. Awakened free will. And look, yeah, the Two of Cups mirroring the Ten of Wands. You're now finally honoring you. The shadow honors source, the light honors source, thus they both honor each other, as opposed to you honoring everything else in the external that no longer serves you. So it's really being melted away as you're coming into this beautiful Two of Cups energy, where you are committing to you, committing to source, honoring you, honoring your frequency completely and wholly within abundance. Leo, this is a powerful healing to you, a powerful healing and awakening of your free will, of your frequency of creation. So over the next 60 days, allow yourself to surrender to spirit completely as you become the spirit frequency, the shadow frequency completely. This allows you an observation of how you've limited yourself in the physical, for you to break free into new energies which honor you completely. And what's really beautiful here is how at ease and at one you are with yourself. You're no longer feeling awkward about yourself. You're no longer feeling embarrassed about yourself. You're no longer feeling too much or too sensitive, or you're not shy about who you are. You allow yourself to fully embody the whole self you are, and it's beautiful. You commit to self and you receive that you are that which is truly yours in the physical like never before. Blessed be.